Scrapbookers, this is the page we're going to be making today. I am Katie Scott and I make process videos in real time, which means that I don't start with a plan, or if I do, it's not a very well thought out plan, and then I just start scrapbooking. So it includes picking the picture and the supplies and that sort of thing. And so you see my whole process, and sometimes not a lot is happening. I am always trying to speed up my process, and sometimes I'm successful and sometimes I'm not. This particular layout was inspired by a layout that was done by Lisa Dickinson, and the basic premise of the layout is that you have 4 squares. Now her squares were right in the center of the page, and that you treat each square, so each square on your grid, one is the title, one is a photo, one is the journaling, which I kind of cheated down here because I put my journaling down here, and one is embellishments. So that's a pretty easy page to make. It still took me kind of forever, but yeah. But what do I want to tell you? I don't know. I got another page done. So I'm playing along with something called Calvinball over at getitscrapped.com. If you want more information about that, go over to Get It Scrapped and you can get onto the Calvinball forum. It's totally free and fun, and there's a lot to look at over there. Lots of people making lots of layouts, and so that's what I'm up to too. And it's with a little bit of a competitive vibe. So a scrapbooking competition, but it's really just for it's all done in a positive way, so that it's really just to see how many layouts you can get done, and to inspire you to do that within a community. So this is the layout I'm going to be working on today. Go grab your supplies and let's start scrapbooking. Hi scrapbookers, got my silhouette out and it slowed me down a little bit because I started looking at all of the designs, and I printed this out, and I wanted to, so this says let it snow, and then what I want to do is use this part of the layout, but then also use these on a different layout. So I was, I've just been down rabbit holes of different ideas of what I could do. So I wanted to play with this paper a little bit because it has like the resist on it. So let's just try. I was going to go for watercolors, but I don't prepare for these videos, as you may know. So let's go for the Copic markers and see how they do. And I need something to go under this. Hold on just a second. So it's Saturday, and I've been trying to get to scrapbooking like all day long. And it's just happening now. It's 8 o'clock. And my son just came in and said, "Hey Mom, why don't you come watch me play a video game?" And I want to be a good mom. But it's like torture to have to watch a video game for me. First of all, I'm not very good at them. So that's not I just feel like it's a horrible waste of my time. But it's good. I do want to hang out with him and do what he wants to do, but yeah, he had a friend over all day, and I spent the day kind of waiting on them, and I'm like, oh, I just want a little rest now. So that's what it looks like with the Copic marker, which I think could work for the individual snowflakes. Like if I did them, I could even do them in different kinds of colors. Let's just see. Let's just do another one just for fun. So I have a whole bunch of photos from New Hampshire, and I would like to start to get those scrapbooked. Oh, that's kind of pretty. What else? Yeah, so I haven't done a lot today as far as scrapbooking, or really like anything fun. I've just been doing like cleaning house and cleaning up after kids and blah blah blah. Yeah. Yep. That's been my day. So ta-da. But anyways, I wanted to sit down and scrapbook, and then I kind of got lost on the silhouette site. Does that ever happen to you? I bet it does. Okay, so I would like to see about getting watercolors for this whole page. Let me see if I can find some quickly. I know I have some downstairs, but honestly I don't want to go downstairs because my son's going to want me to watch him play video games. And my daughter came back from her friend's house. Oh, I do have. And she's like, whenever she comes back after being at a friend's house, she is like Little Miss Snarky Pants. And so, yeah, I cleaned her house. I cleaned her room while she was gone. She had a big fit about that. So, that's fun, right? No, that's not fun at all. Okay, so these are my watercolors from when I was a little girl. And they're from Switzerland. My grandpa got them for me. I just need a mat, so hold on just a second. So I haven't had my silhouette out in a long time. So I thought it was time to play. You know, whenever I start to really get into my supplies and go off of, get away from what's just on my desk, it's like, oh my gosh, I have this, I want to use this, I want to, there's so many things to use that that don't get enough use. So it's fun to see, like, oh, I want to use this, and I want to use this, and then I have, like, 20 different ideas of what I want to use. Does that happen to you? I bet it does. Okay. Not sure I love this, but I'm kind of committed. See if I can do some kind of an ombre thing with it. I'm not sure this is the best brush for that. It's getting a little bit more water on there. So it's funny, when I was up there and I would post Instagram photos, I need a lot more water actually. And I think what I might want to do is use one of these kind of brushes. Let's try that. And people would be writing hashtag Snowmageddon on their Instagram photos. I thought that was so funny. Snowmageddon. Yeah, that's giving me that lighter color up here, so it can just kind of fade into nothing at the top. Yeah, my son comes up and goes, "You want to be a good mom? You should come down and watch me play a video game." They know I want to be a good mom, but they go about funny different ways of evaluating my quality as a mom. Yeah, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. That's a good thing. But I feel like it's the witching hour. It's been kind of like dreary weather down here, which is so funny because like we go up north, or when we go on our ski trips, if it's cold, we go spend the entire day outside. And here, if it's like, oh, it's, in the 60s, we stay indoors because it's cold. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Okay. So that's, I think that's going to be my ombre wash there. Oops, I feel like I just messed that up just a little bit. So yeah, children are slightly driving me crazy today. They're not really, but a little bit. Yeah, Allison's mad at me because I vacuumed her room. Yep, that's why. It makes no sense. Sometimes I wish I could just freeze some of the behavior and go, for when they're older, and go, see how ridiculous this was. But yeah, probably not a great idea. Okay, there we go. There's a little bit of difference there. So I should probably set that aside just to dry, so it's nice and dry before I start anything more. So hold on a sec, and we'll get to those snowflakes. Okay, I'm back. So just gonna put this one to the side, and then let's work on these. And I like the way that they look with the Copic markers, so let's continue with that, and I think it's easy to do. So I'm going to pull that out, and then on my screen I am going to Pinterest, and I have recently pinned a layout by Lisa Dickinson, who made a layout called Strawberry Blonde. And hold on just a second. It's she did it, I think, for basic gray. And so it's basically like, it's four, so this is the last one I kind of worked on. It's like 4 squares in the middle of the page. Yep, just dead center. And then the title is here. The photo is here. There's a bunch of flowers in this one. And this one is the journaling. And she actually like has that spaced out. So I'm kind of going to try to go along with that one. And so I want to, in one of the squares, in this square, just load up all of these. So what I think I should do before I get too far is probably pick some background paper. And I'm thinking probably pretty neutral. And what I want to show you is one of the things, that I got ready before this started was I made up a bunch of little kits, like little mini kits within this accordion folder. So I'm just going to pull one of those. And hopefully it will work. Let's just see. I'm just looking a little bit. I don't want to look too hard or too long. I think I'm going to pull a Christmas one, even though, because I think it has a ton. So even though it's not what I want. Alright, I've got 2 little things here that are Christmas. They're not little. There's a lot in each of them. But that will give me enough to hopefully get some layouts done and not. So I can use these for Christmas, and I can also use these for snowy pictures, I hope. Oops. Hold on just a second. Just putting these down on the floor. Okay. So first up is to find a background sheet. So that's possible, although I don't really think those colors match too well. I just want something kind of neutral for the back, for the background. That could work. It seems kind of dreary though. Blah. Oh, this is pretty. That's very snowy. And this looks kind of snowy too. Alright, I think I like this one here. It's called Sleigh Ride. It's crepe paper. That's the opposite side of it. I think that's going to be it. Let's just do a quick gander at what the rest of this is. There's a ton of stuff. And that's the, yeah, that's definitely the little trap. Oh, I got 2 of those. I must have liked that. But that's the trap, is like, you can really get into just looking at all the possibilities, and I fall into that trap probably just like everybody else. Ooh, I like that color. And then, so that color kind of matches this color here. So let's keep that. That's also crepe paper, and that's that same Sleigh Ride. See what else I have in here. So I'm probably going to want to have, and this is a page where I'm just playing. Like, I'm not trying to get as many photos onto the page. I'm just kind of trying to stretch a little in what I'm doing. Because I'm more like, I'm more apt to want to put more photos on the page. But I'm just, ooh, that's pretty too. And this is pretty too. There's some more snowflakes. Okay, and then at some point, you gotta go, stop looking at all of your possibilities and just get started. There's another one. Another possibility. And then this one you wouldn't even really need to. That's real pretty, actually. Maybe we'll make 2 pages, so I'll pull that one too. Lots of possibilities. Oh, there's more snowflakes. Look at that. And that's basic gray too. Huh. I ended up with a bunch of these sticker sheets from a scrapbooking yard sale. Alright, that's the end of that, thankfully. Here's one more. That might work on that page. Okay, stop. Easy to get carried away. Yes, it is. It really is. I'll pull that one too. Okay, so I have some things to get me started. Yep, I'm not speed scrapbooking. I'm giving up the goat. No, I'm trying to give up that idea. Just because I feel like the more I focus on it, the slower I go. Okay. So Lisa's page has like, oops, that seems a little bit wet. But she has the whole page bordered a couple times, which I don't think I'm going to do, just because I'm not gonna. So there. Let's pull. I actually really like this, and I think it could work with my son's snowsuit. So let's get this one done first. So I'm gonna just cut off that little bordery thing, and then we're just going with a 4x4. So we want 4. I'm thinking they're going to be like 4 by 4 squares. Yeah. So I have this whole bin full of photos. So let's see if I can just find one that's just my son, that's really great. Like a great, maybe a close-up. Okay, I think they start back here. I probably need to organize these just a little bit better, because they're really all mixed in there. All right, that's possible. Back on the ski lift. Oh, I like this one a little bit more because he's like got his tongue out. It's a nice, not busy background. Well, let's just go with that. I could keep looking, but I think that's a good one for a one, you know, for like a one pager kind of a, or a one photo to a page kind of a thing. The other one, yeah, there's another one here. Yeah, I think I like this one though. So let's go with that. So first off, I want to cut it into 4x4. So that's 4x4. And what I might do is not keep it in the same order that she had it. Hold on just a second. And I'm back. So for this one, I think I almost want to leave these the color that I don't want them to be different. I'm not going to color these. I think I will color them for my daughter's page, but not for this one. So I'm already thinking I'm going to play with this two ways. And I think I like the starkness of this. Let's see. And what she did was she used vellum to be behind some of the squares, but I think I might like it without the vellum. Let's see how we do. I think I like the more delicate. So I just have like a whole mixture of different sizes. And I made these on the silhouette, so then I just kept copying them and just like bringing them in and out, kind of, you know, to make different sizes. Yep, that's what I did. So I'm trying to get some different shapes and sizes here. It's harder than I thought it was going to be. Here we go. No, that's the same. Oh, can you hear him? Oh, I love my children, but sometimes they drive me slightly crazy. I think every mother can probably say something like that. Yep, they're good kids. Most of the time. And even when they're more challenging, we'll say. We still love them. Just wanna, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's do that and then pick a little, I guess they're going to be a little bit the same, and that's okay. We actually did see some snowflakes that were, you know, that you could see the shape of the snowflake. I think that's so cool. Okay. So sometimes I think these videos would be like a great way for my kids to see like what I'm thinking about them, and I love them so much. Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, oh, they're driving me crazy. Well, I don't. Well, it's true. They're not driving me crazy, but I just wish sometimes that they could, yeah, I think every mother just wishes. Oh, that's a nice one. We don't remember the days, we remember the moments, like when you caught the snowflakes on your tongue. So maybe something like this. And then I'm thinking like, yep, I need a little journaly thing to go kind of on this side. Let me see. What I have available. So I've got a little drawer here, gotta look through with all my Project Life type cards, which aren't particularly organized. I mean, some of them sometimes are a little bit, but not really. Those are all school related. October afternoon things. It's so funny because I'll come across something like that and I'm like, oh, I should make a page. Yep. Got this. I kind of like to keep this as a monochromatic kind of a page. Something like, liking it less. So I like this, but I feel like it's probably taking up a little bit too much space on the page because I don't have any space to, I think she typed on her page, so she actually was able to fit quite a bit. Alright, I'm looking through these. So this is the time when I tell you, I make my videos in real time. So I have not pre-planned them, so sometimes I kind of like fumble around looking for the right thing. Yep, that's what happens. Oh my goodness. Nope, nope, nope. Although these are Christmassy, so I might as well put them with the Christmas stuff. So I think the benefit of when you organize your things by type is then you can go right to that type and find what you need. But yeah, lately I've been thinking maybe it's better to organize by like sort of by theme. Let's see just how this looks here. liking that a little bit. I'm not sure if I want all that white on the same side. What do you think? So I'm just thinking, how can I change it? I like this title here. I think. And now I shall rearrange things 50 times. Okay. Let us know. Yeah, I feel like the snowflakes have got to be up. So, alright, if the snowflakes are here, or if this thing is here, then the snowflakes are here, and he's here, and then these are up here. That's up there. What do we think? A lot of fussing, huh? This is why I don't really make these pages, I think, with all the fussy stuff. Or the just getting it, I think sometimes I just keep filling up my canvas because it's like so much easier to do that. Alright, let's see. I don't want those snowflakes near this, so therefore they need to go over here. This is like a logic problem, huh? And then he's here. Blah. I don't like that. I feel like this has got to go there. Keep coming back to the original, so let's just go with that since that seems like it's where everything wants to be. And then I'm just thinking, do I need mats for all of these things? And I think maybe that would be nice. Let me see. Okay, so that was like 30 minutes of just not a lot of action. I know. But I do like the blue. I do like it. I like it, but I think I want to try that trick with the vellum, so I would think it would be nice if there were maybe like vellum squares that were maybe 4 1/4, something like that. So I'm going to look for some vellum. I'll be straight back. Okay, so on my shelves, my IKEA, what do you call it, Expedit shelves, I have a little section for specialty paper, so I was able to find it. Yeah, this is from 2001. Yep, I bought that then. So like, you know, although around the turn of the century when scrapbooking was becoming popular, yeah, I would go to the craft store and there would just be like these little Fiskars, the Fiskars, little books like this, and that's what there wasn't really a lot of 12 by 12 back then. So it's funny that a lot of what I've been pinning lately has been the 8.5 by 11, and I do enjoy that size. It's what I started out with, and I see that a lot of folks are doing it lately, it seems like. And the pages are really nice, and I think that they're easy to get finished. And I also feel like it's like you don't kind of waste all the space. Because sometimes when I make these, I feel like, oh, it's a lot of space for not much going on. So that would be one little set there. And then I think I want to make each of these maybe a different color, but let's see if we can just use this one again right behind the photo. So that is 4.5 or 4.25. So it's just going to be a very slight little border, like not much at all. And Lisa's page, she machine stitched, but for some reason I'm out of white thread, so I just have yellow, so that's not going to work. And then maybe I have some blue thread downstairs, but I guess I could try and do the same thing on each one, but let's go for a different color for those two, just to make it look different. So this one might work, because I do like the big difference there. I like the contrast, is what I'm trying to say. So this is just plain old blue. I'm going to still go 4.25. There's 4.25. I think this is going to work nicely, actually. Yeah. So I'm still getting that nice contrast that I wanted, but it's still, like, these little boxes are kind of setting, they're defining the space. Yep, that's what I'm trying to say. Defining the space. Yes, they are. So, yeah, can I tell you? So one of my friends, or one of my kids' friends, had her mom move back to the area, and now, like, their parents are divorced, and now I'm afraid that we're not going to see her as much, because I think that now that she's got alternating weekends with parents, that the parent, whosever weekend it is, isn't going to want to let her come over here for the whole weekend. So I'm a little bit sad about that, because she's a nice kid. I like to hang out with her, and both of my kids like to hang out with her. So that's a that's a rare that's a rare kid, a rare find. So yep. Anyways, so I don't think she's going to be around quite so much. Boo-hoo. So I want these to be exactly the same. I could put it through my guillotine cutter, but I think I'm just going to cut it by hand. And then I think I just want to trim this up just a little bit on the sides, so we get a little bit more of that other bit. Yep. I'm liking it. And now I think that what can happen, because I don't really have a lot of space for journaling, is that can go here. So she just put hers like dead center on the page, so I'm kind of moving it to the top. Yes, I am. I'm not even kind of doing it. I'm actually doing it. I'm moving it to the top right. I like that. So I want to start to adhere that down before I go too much further. Alrighty. Oh, adhesive. My nemesis, sort of. So I got this stuff. Show you my little options here. I thought I had some of those like clear, you know what I'm going to go for? You know. If you watch these videos, you know what I'm going for. Yep. The Thermoweb sticky dots. So those are definitely going to work for these. Does that look alright? Oh, here we go. That's, no, that, can't tell if that's the same or different. Okay, so what I'm looking for, I'm trying to do here is have them be different sizes, but also fill the space. hard time with that. So I think big, big, and then little, little. Yes. Let's try that. But then I'm also trying to do different. You know? Okay, so big, big, maybe. Little, little. Harder than it looks, believe me. And I guess I could cut some more, but I don't want to do that either. I should have made some smaller ones of these because they're cute. So that. Uh-huh. Maybe I could do like this kind of a deal. It's really interesting. The snowflakes really are, they really do have these shapes. And then what else is interesting is I know every snowflake is different, blah, 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 but they do seem to have like a pattern to them that is based on sixes, like, you know, 6. So I tried to pick them so that they were, and this is where I go insane. No, I don't. But they do have kind of a system to them, you know? They really do. If you want to see something really pretty, like, I think those are different. Yeah, look for like macro snowflake pictures on Instagram, and that way you like see real one. You know, well, some people have. When I looked, it seemed like some people had actually like copied and pasted from the internet. But all right, I sort of like this. So you know my theory, if I sort of like it, I should nail it down. I think I have a different sticky dot pack. I thought I had a smaller one. That's not all. Oh, where did I put it? There goes my 30-minute scrap of my 30-second scrapbook theory. No, I really did. I bought a little one, and I think I like put it in some kind of a thing that I thought I was going to take around with me. So my big mistake in this ThermoWeb deal is that I thought I was gonna like be so gung ho and use up this entire Jenny Bolin pack, and I ended up putting all the embellishments down. Don't do that. So that was a mistake because I've used, like, there's still so many sticky dots there that are usable, but now they're kind of harder to get to because there's all sorts of other stuff on top. So, live and learn. Should not have done that. But I think I can still use them. I can still use this pad here. There's still plenty of sticky dots. But I know I bought a little one. Let's figure out where that is. Okay, so I want 2 of those to kind of be infringing the borders of the, or going outside the lines of that box. And would machine stitching look cute? Yes, it definitely would. But it's just not going to happen today for this layout. You know what's so funny is when you try to make things look random and you're like, oh, that's too uniform. Yep. That's what's happening here. Okay. Oh. Good enough, huh? Yes. Good enough. Okay. Then the other thing I want to put down is this Let It Snow. Yeah, this was a big mistake, putting everything down. But you can still, even if you have stuff already down, you can still, it'll still pick them up. So it's still usable. It's just a little bit harder to use. I should not have done that. Oh well. No big whoop. Okay, so this has to be kind of on a diagonally thing, like on a tilt. Yep. And then I do want to be kind of precise about this part of it too. Because once this is down, I can bring it up, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to do. Man, I guess I should break down and get on Amazon and just put in my adhesive order so I don't have to complain about adhesives for the rest of Calvinball month. Okay, that's pretty good. Not perfect. And then I'm wondering, I have also all of these sequins. Just wondering if those will work at all. Oh, I think they will. And then maybe I can fill in a little. That might be cute. So I'm just putting them kind of in the middle of each snowflake. But then we'll put them in some more spaces too in a second. How am I doing on time? 14 minutes. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I was reading over in the Get It Scrap forum, Debbie and I think Melissa Shannon were saying that they listen to these videos while they cook. So this week, some weekends I just know that it's going to be like a sandwich weekend. Do you remember that movie from the 80s? It was like, I can't remember what it's called. It wasn't called The Morning After, but it was something like that. Like I think Demi Moore was in it. And she was like, on Mondays I cook, and on Tuesdays he cooks, and Wednesdays is sandwich night. It was like maybe the movie was like One Night Stand, and then they like turned it into a relationship, and I don't think it goes very well. But yeah, so some weekends are sandwich weekends, and this was one of them. So when I have like one of my kids' friends sleep over, a lot of times when I pick them up from school on Friday, then I'm like, hey, let's just go over to the grocery store. And so that way, you know, I know that the kids are going to have things that they like to eat, and also they can help me in with the groceries. So there's your busy mom tip of the day. There you go. Okay. And then I want this to kind of go like this. Okay, I'm just going to put that right down. I feel like this is taking forever. Oh well. What what else can I tell you about? Oh, I know. So I don't think I've told you. Maybe I think I did a little, but it's out now and I haven't even listened to the entire thing. I did a podcast with that Carrie Eric, and it's her podcast, and it's called the Digi Scrap Geek Podcast. Okay, see that? I don't know how I'm gonna adhere this puppy, but these ones will be okay because they're you know, they're covered up. You won't see the vellum. And it's all about genealogy and scrapbooking, or family history and scrapbooking, which genealogy and family history are like two different things. I mean, they're the same, but they're different. Genealogy is like, you know, filling out family trees and stuff like that. And then family history is really like the stories and the photos and, you know, the stuff that we scrapbookers love. And so what I really I heard Lisa Louise Cook, who is a genealogy. She has a podcast called the Genealogy Gems podcast. So she was talking about Roots Tech, and Stacy Julian, who was on the Digi Scrap Geek podcast with me, had been to Roots Tech, and I'm not sure. I kind of asked her if she had heard that theme, and she said that they definitely told her that what they wanted her to talk about when she talked about the conference wasn't genealogy, it was family history or making connections over generations or something to that effect. Alright, so I'm just going to try double stick tape kind of behind some of these letters, so maybe it'll be a little bit inconspicuous. I hope. Yep, that works pretty good. Anyways, we're going to do a follow-up show. So the first like Digi Scrap Geek podcast was really about like why you would want to do it or what we've been doing kind of thing, or where to find your stories. And the next one is going to be about actually like solid ideas for pages. So we went on a lot of tangents on the first part of that, and I haven't listened to the whole thing yet just because I haven't been alone long enough to do it. I think she put it out maybe Thursday or Friday, and yeah, since I started homeschooling my son, I get like little to no alone time anymore. It's I rarely in the house by myself or anywhere by myself. Like if I'm in the car, usually somebody's with me. And that's the place where I usually listen to podcasts. I also listen when I'm walking my dog. But the weather's been kind of crappy. And I haven't been feeling well over this last week, so I haven't had time to do that. I should listen to it after I make this. I'm a little terrified to listen, though, because I feel like I talk too much. You know I probably do, right? Yep. Okay, that was going like this. So I want these squares to be pretty, like, have the same little gaps between them. I want them to be pretty straight and even. But then I want the elements to kind of go all wonky all over the place. Right? Makes sense? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. Getting closer. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but you know what? If you think I talk a lot, my son's little friend who was just here, who I like that kid a lot, but he talks more than anybody. He never stops. And they were making videos. Actually, it was so funny because I kept meaning to get up here to start scrapbooking and make a video. And guess what they were doing down there? Making videos. Yes, they were. So they make videos about they make videos about video games. Seriously, they really do. So they were doing like I guess like a walkthrough on one of their games. It's this new game that this friend talks about all the time. It's called something about Freddy. Like, it's about this like haunted pizza parlor. He goes on about it forever. Does that look straight? Yeah, sure it does. Yeah, he goes on and on about it. So I'm gonna put the snowflake, those little sequins, in the middle of these snowflakes over here, because I really want to get these used. And I think it would look cute also. But kind of mostly because I would like to get these used and get all this stuff off of my Thermoweb Sticky Dots pages here, so I can get back to using them. Yep. Yes, sirree. That needs to sit down a little bit. It will be in a page protector, so I'm not really worried about putting it down. All right. So there we go. And then what I would like along here is just maybe, this is snowflakes. That's a good choice. And then maybe under that, just a kind of like giving me eye tricks because of the horizontal or the diagonal lines on the page, you know? Okay. So I'm going to cut that, and then I want to cut this so it's round, or yeah, so it's rounded off. So it looks like it's supposed to be cut off there. It probably won't look great or perfect. Well, yeah, anyways, I think I would, I'm not sure. I would like to watch one of their videos, but I kind of feel like I already have, you know. Alright, and now I just want something, probably a white, to go along here where I can write blah, 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 blah. Alright, hold on 1 second. Okay, I didn't have to look far, and I found this whole notebook piece of paper that's 12 by 12. And since it's so flimsy, chances are I'm not going to be using it, you know, as it is. So just cut a little strip of it off for the bottom there. I didn't measure, so yeah, it's going to need to be a little bit smaller than that. That was 2 inches. So we try 1.5 inches. Yeah, that works. And now this is where I want to kind of be making sure that it's the same width as this. So I'm just going to make a little mark with my thumbnail and try to see it. There we go. That feels kind of too big, doesn't it? Yep, it does. You know why? Because it needs to match that border up there. Let's just shave a little bit of that off. And then I'm also wondering if maybe if I pull this up, if if it should have just gone a little bit underneath there. Oh. This is why you shouldn't pick it and stick it. But I still think overall it works. The pick it and stick it method works for me. So yeah, so I think I want it to go like that, but just a little bit less. They're like this. Yes, sirree. And then the same length as this one. So, you know, measure twice, cut once, or if it's 10-cent paper, which it is, cut a couple times, don't measure. Okay. Before I get that down too much, I just want to make sure that looks right. I think it does. Right enough. Yeah, I need to make an adhesive purchase for sure. It's a sorry state of affairs around here with the adhesive situation. Okay, that's better. Oh, I forgot about, I could have used this. Whoops. Wonder if I can mush that in there. Because this is like kind of a totally, well, this color kind of goes with that color. And let's see if we can get this here. We can just layer that under. This was the border strip for this piece of paper, so this poor little border sticker here is going to be mangled again. Let's see if I can kind of slide it under there. Yeah, I like that better, I think. So and that's just going to need a little bit more adhesive under there. Yes, it is. So I finally watched the Saturday Night Live 40-year reunion, because we were up in New Hampshire when that happened, and we did not catch it, because we really, I mean, like, all we do is get up, get to the mountain, ski, go eat, get back, go to bed, and then do it again. You know, we don't really do a whole lot of anything else. And so we don't really watch TV when we're on our ski trips. And you know why I think we had such a problem getting up early? And we haven't for the, like, that hasn't been, like, I don't remember that being an issue when we went to Colorado or to Utah, is the time difference. So while this year was like Snowmageddon in New England, you know, the snow is more reliable out west, and you get the time difference so that you can wake up earlier. Yeah, I think it turned out to be about the same amount of money. I thought it would be less, but it wasn't. My husband was like, "Have you seen the bills?" But what? It was fine. But I think for the money, I will go back to out west, because the snow is more reliable out there. There's no ice where there totally was ice. Even in these wonderful conditions, we did have a lot of ice. and we get the time difference helping us wake up earlier and get out on the slopes. Okay, so I'm going to just do the journaling and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I wrote my journaling and I think I'm just about done. I do feel like I need some more adhesive under here, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it. Let me just see if I can get a little under there. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, here's my brilliance for the day. My one stroke. I'm going to just cut a little piece of that off, right? That's my Thermoweb sticky dot stuff. And then just slide it under where it needs to go. Like under this N. And the reason I care a little bit more about this is that I am not photographing my layouts right away like I usually do, because I'm trying to be speedy in Calvinball. Calvinball is like a speed scrapbooking competition at Get It Scrapped. There are no prizes, it's just for fun. But so what I've done is I let like 10 layouts build up, and then I photographed all of them at once and then uploaded to the gallery all at once, because that's a whole job in itself. So I'm going to continue to do that. Like make a whole bunch of layouts, then let them build up, then photograph them and upload them all at once. So I'm kind of batching and tackling, blah, 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 you know, productivity. Woohoo. Okay, so anyways, I need all that to be a little more secure on the page than if I just plopped it right into a page protector. So that worked. This might be my new solution to things, is just have a little strips of this in my adhesive bag of tricks, bin of tricks. All right, you want to hear the journaling? Sure you do. Okay, it says, riding the lift up with you at Cranmore Mountain, North Conway, New Hampshire, in the winter of 2015, the snowiest winter of all time in New England. While the New Englanders cursed another snowfall, we delighted in it. Love, Mom. So, ta-da, done. I like it. So, yeah, that one was inspired by Lisa Dickinson's page called Strawberry Blonde, but it's not the same, but it's basically, you know, a 4x4 grid, and I've added on the little journaling strip underneath it. Ta-da! Thanks for watching. I'm Katie Scott. I will talk to you soon. Bye.